Hey, what's up everyone? So in today's video, it's gonna be something special. So bottom line, I'm building a sim racing flight simulator and I got the best stuff out there. So before we start diving into each items and why I purchased them, the reason why I got into the sim racing is because about 3 weeks ago, I bought a G923 for PlayStation 5. I played Gran Turismo 7. I sucked at it, even though I played for a while because I've been playing GT7 using the controller. So once I transitioned to the G923, it took me a while to get used to. But when I played the F1 2023, I downloaded it. I used the G923 because it's compatible with PC. I got hooked into the game, and I really loved F1 2023. I got good lap times, so I got into research and decided to, hey, if I'm gonna be in this hobby for a long time, instead of buying things that are would probably lesser in value and upgrade over time, might as well buy once, cry once mentality. So I jumped into the semi-professional, if you could call it, sim racing rig. I'm also gonna use my rig for flight sim. I started off with flight simulator back in the day. I don't have a rig, but I do fly. I have a PPL, but I haven't flown in a while, so I have to get my currency back up to the standard and proficiency and all that. But that's why I'm going to be using my sim racing to get back into sim flying eventually in the real world to get my my PPL current. So let's get right into the items, right? So bottom line, I bought Simucube and I bought some Simagic stuff, and we'll talk about the flight sim later if you guys want to check that out. But why Simucube? So I did some research. Took me about a month or two. I went and started looking for Simagic, their direct drive base, also Simucube and Acetec, and I narrowed it down to between Simucube and Simagic. I was gonna go for the Simagic Ultimate, but then I started doing more research. I eventually decided to go with the Simucube just because they've been in the game for a while, and yeah, I just fell in love with the product, even though I haven't used it, but I've read reviews, did some research, and the quality of Simucube is bar none. And I've looked at their YouTube videos, the way they make it, and its attention to detail. And also, their customer service is excellent. So that's why I got into the Simucube ecosystem, even though I'm going to be using a Simagic wheel, but I'm going to get into that later. So let's start off with the items. All right, so I got this from Micro Center. First, let's start off with the gloves because I want to take care of my wheel. I bought a Simucube wheel as well. I'm gonna introduce you guys to that wheel later. I got a GT wheel and a Formula wheel, but let's start off with the gloves first. So I got this from Micro Center. I'm not affiliated with Micro Center. I just love the store. So I got this from Tustin Micro Center location. So the other day, I'm gonna use these gloves when I'm racing and probably when I'm flying as well, but it's not necessary. But if you want to take care of your wheel, gloves. Any type of gloves would work. Actually, I have a white glove right here that I started using with the G923 and it worked. I had the grip. So, but once I decided that I'm gonna be into the hobby, I'm gonna get a gloves. This is by TK Racing Gloves right there. Not sponsored, by the way, with Micro Center. So gloves is out of the way. I know you guys are excited to see my rig. I'm going to show you guys later. Let's get into the items first, small items. So handlebar tape. I'm going to be using this on my Formula Simagic wheel. My GT Neo is my other wheel for my Simucube 2 Pro. So I'm going to be using the grip. I cycle. So I'm going to be using a grip tape around the handle if necessary. I just bought this for insurance. If I want to grab, if I want more volume, more grip, or I just want a bigger handle on the wheel, I could add a grip tape, but it's not necessary because you already have the gloves. So that's the grip tape. And also I got the Simucube 2 Simucube wheel side quick release for my Simagic GT Neo, because I'm gonna need this when I use the Simagic wheel. So nothing special. I got this from Micro Center. Again, Simucube, nothing special, quick release wheel side. Also, the bundle that I got from Simucube their direct store is this one right here. This is the damper. This is for my throttle. I'm gonna show you guys later. So I got a damper as well. If you are into Simucube, we already know what this damper is for, but for those that are new, I got a damper from Simucube. So that's that. And then, all right, let's start with the Simagic first. So I'm gonna be using a GT Neo wheel for my F1 races. So I bought a mag link. So you're gonna need a mag link for the GT Neo to the Simucube wheelbase. So I got this. I'm gonna put this on the back side of my GT Neo, and then I am gonna attach the quick release wheel side to this, and then hook it onto the Simucube 2 direct drive wheelbase. So that's the combination. Okay, so you're gonna need a mag link to use the GT Neo with a Simucube wheel side quick release, and then connect that to your wheelbase. That's based on my research, as I went with that. So again, this is the mag link from Simagic. Okay, let's go with the wheel. All right, so I got this from Micro Center testing store. The reason why I got this one is because I want to use for F1 races as well, since I already got a GT wheel for rally and GT race. So I decided to get a Formula Drift wheel from Simagic because it's compatible with Simucube direct drive with the mag link and then the quick release wheel side. So this is the Simagic GT Neo. I've heard good reviews. So if you guys are wondering, if you guys want my feedback, I'm gonna be using this and then provide a review or a feedback later on down the road. But nothing special. I've heard great reviews about this, and it's affordable, right? It's not gonna cost you arm and leg, but this is the best bang for your buck, I would say, for Formula wheel right now, even though GSI is coming out with the new GXL version 2. That is the Formula V version 2 without the LCD screen. But for bang for your buck, this is it right here. I got from Micro Center for like $280. So yeah, GT Neo Formula style wheel. All right, so let's go with the Simucube items now. So I got the Simucube active throttle or pedal. So, and I'm gonna this is nothing special. I'm gonna unbox this later on, but I just want to go through each stuff that I bought for my rig. But this is the Simucube throttle passive one, even though Simucube came out with the Active Pedal Pro. That is, they came out a few days ago. I think it was Friday, and yeah, only a few days ago. But yeah, Simucube, they have the Active Pedal Ultimate, which is the ultimate, and then they have the Simucube Active Pedal Pro, which is the new one that they recently released. You can use that for throttle, clutch, and brake, but I'm gonna be using the passive throttle for my setup. So, and I got this direct from Simucube, and their customer service shipping time, it took about 3-4 days, depending on where you are, but it took about 3 days from placing the order to receiving the items. Simucube, it's customer service, shipping, A+. So this is the passive throttle. Okay. So with the rig, I I need a base plate, even though the rig that I have, I'm gonna show you guys later, it doesn't need a base plate, but I decided to purchase one. And this is the Simucube active plate. You don't need this one for your for my rig, for my use case, but I decided to just get the base plate just in case I need it in the future. So this is the Simucube base plate I'm going to be using for my throttle and brake. Okay, so let's get into the big stuff. And all right, so for the pedals, I decided to go with the Active Pedal Ultimate for many reasons. One, the Active Pedal Ultimate was the only active pedal that was available at the time. I wish I could have waited when the Active Pedal Pro was released. It's only a matter of days, actually maybe like 5 days. And Simucube has been tight-lipped about their new releases. There were some rumors out there it was a direct drive, it was a shifter, a pedal, or a pedal, excuse me, a handbrake. But yeah, they came out with an active pedal that is lesser tier than the Ultimate, which I have right now. I wish I could have waited, but I'm not gonna return the Ultimate because it's only a couple of $100 difference. Might as well go with the Ultimate rather than wait for the Active Pedal Pro to arrive, because I'm gonna be using this in tomorrow if I start once I finish this build setup right here. So this is the, ooh, that's heavy. All right, so this is the Simucube Active Pedal primary set. So with the primary set, you're getting a passive throttle, a base plate, and the, oh, excuse me, for the active pedals, you are getting the Active Pedal Ultimate with a bunch of accessories. So, and I believe this has the hub in it to connect your wheel to your system as well. So this is the Active Pedal primary set. They do have the Active Pedal Pro, which I might or may not get, just depends on how I like this, to add it to my clutch or throttle. We'll see. I started off with the passive throttle first, and then with the Active Pedal primary set Ultimate. So we'll see how I like it. But yeah, this thing's heavy. All right, so for the wheel and the direct drive. So let me see here, put you guys. Okay, so for my GT wheel, I got the, oh, almost fell. I got the Simucube Valo GT23. This is the wireless version that Simucube released a few months or almost a year ago. But this is a new item to Simucube. This is the Valo GT23. So it's not newly released, but they released this a couple of months or a year back. So yeah, this is the Valo GT23 for my GT wheel. Can't wait, it's gonna be wireless. All right, so for the main show is I'm gonna move into my direct drive wheelbase, and I'm going to introduce my rig itself. So super excited. All right, so this is the, oh, I'm gonna bring my back. Oh. This is heavy, right? So I got the Simucube 2 Pro. Oh, pretty heavy. Oh, ooh. All right, so this is the Simucube 2 Pro. So yeah, super excited. I'm gonna be using this rig with the items that I just mentioned. So just a quick recap, using the quick release wheel side for my GT Neo FD style wheel with the mag link, and also that's attached to the QR quick release to the wheelbase, which I have is it's the Simucube 2 Pro, and I'm also using a GT Valo 23 for my other wheel, and also for the pedals I'm going to be using a passive throttle, and also a active pedal primary set ultimate for my pedals. So that's the components for when I'm driving. So let's move on to the rig itself. I'm going to disconnect this from my, do apologize for the mess, but this is my rig right here. So that's my toolbox. That's, you just ignore that. So I went with Track Racer. This is the TR160 Mark IV. It took me about a day and a half because I took my time building it, because I had to measure twice. I had to unhook, disassemble stuff twice because I forgot to put the pin inside where you put the screw in. But I'm happy with the build. This is the TR160 Mark Pro. With the Mark Pro, I got the direct drive mount for my Simucube 2 Pro, and I also got the aluminum plate, but you could go with the standard one, which has the hose plate on there, but I decided to go with the aluminum just because of the adjustability. So that's that. And with the rig itself, the TR160 Mark IV, it came with the seat slider already. So if you guys are gonna order this rig, it's gonna come with this slider, and also it's gonna come with the shifter plate as well, where you put your shifter or your throttle for your flight sim, if you guys want to do that for your rig. But this is going to be a dual use. Again, I'm going to be using this rig for sim racing and flight sim, because I primarily started with flight sim. I also have a PPL, so I want to get current again, or just start having fun with MS Flight Simulator 2024, which is brand new. I'm going to be getting that game as well. So I'm going to be using the shifter or handbrake here. I'm also using for my throttle for the flight sim dual use. So again, direct drive for my Simucube, and also I decided to get a swivel keyboard mount when for my rig, because when I'm flying I can use my keyboard, and also I'm racing, I can use to type in some stuff or make some adjustments on my computer. Nothing special, but the good thing about this is it adjusts in front of you. So if you want to use the keyboard right there when you're driving, or why would you do that? And when you're flying, you could use that to put your stuff in front, or your so you don't have to install anything on the side. But if that's you. But I'm going to be using the throttle right here on the side. Excuse me. So this is the separate order. This is an accessory you can order separately, but that's good thing about that is you can remove it, adjust it. 5 out of 5. So moving on to the TV stand. This is the TV stand, the quadruple setup that I got, because I want to go quadruple monitor setup down the road. Might as well get it instead of wait later. So I built it, but I'm deciding whether or not to use a 32 or a 48. Going back to the monitor stand, this is going to be quadruple setup. What I'm going to be doing is install 3 monitors and then 1 for the top. That's the end game. But that's nothing special. The arms, I have it in my garage because it took me, again, a day and a half to assemble all of this, because I took my time, and also I'm space constrained, and I have to clean my office or studio here. So that's already built. And then moving on from the TV stand, let's move on to the rig itself. Again, we're going back to the rig because I want to introduce to you guys to the seat that I bought. This is the NRG Prisma Ultimate, and I researched I wanted to get some Sparko seat, but they're pretty expensive. And I just want to use this chair or seat for when I'm racing and flying. So I did my research. It came down to Sparko. Track Racer also sells seats. They have variety. I was about to get one until I did more research, and it ended up with the NRG Prisma Ultra. This is a suede seat right here. Pretty comfortable actually. It's snug. The size of these is the damage right there. That's not a damage right there. Right, whatever. It's easy cleaned. So this is the large, right? So I'm not fat. I'm a mediocre. I don't have a dad bod. But if you guys are planning to get a NRG Prisma Ultra, highly recommend you guys get a large rather than a medium. This is large. So if I went for medium, it's gonna be pretty tight and I'm pretty cramped on there, which I don't like. So this is perfect actually. It resembles my car seat. Actually, I like this better than my car seat, and I do drive a 2016 Subaru STI with the limited edition, and the seats are pretty comfortable, and these are more comfortable than the seat that I have in my STI right now. So yeah, this is the rig. Pretty happy so far. It took me a day and a half just because I took my time to measure everything, level everything, and also I just want to make it perfect, right? With this hobby, it's not all about what you get, but it's also the building process. And I've learned a lot by building a sim rig, and I could take all of this apart and rebuild it without the manual. And that's the downside about track racers. They don't give you they went paperless with manual now, so you can check them out online. There's a manual assembly, the library I should say, and I use my iPad to build it. Some people complain about the paper. If you're paying this much, track racer, you should be including paper manuals for those that don't have iPads or don't like to refer to the screen when they're building. I would highly recommend you guys re-include or print out the manuals for this, but it's not necessary. All right, so one upgrade that I got already is for the rig itself, for the TR160 Mark Pro, are the wheels. So I ordered 4. It's one set. It comes with 4 because I'm gonna be rolling this rig this way or that way or to this way, depending on where I want to move it to. But for flexibility, mobility, portability, I decided to get wheels because for my standing desk, one of my standing desks has wheels, and it's super convenient. So for convenience, I decided to install a set of the wheels. So that's that. Am I missing something? Oh yeah, we're gonna install the direct drive, all of the components, and I'll give you guys a feedback later on. But this is the rig right here. I'm gonna be taking some B-roll shots for those that love B-roll. So if you guys have any questions about my setup, comments, let me know. And also, I forgot, I'm gonna be using this rig right here for my sim. This is the 4080 Super with 14700K with an Arctic 420 AIO. If you guys want a review on this, I think I have it on my YouTube channel already for my build. Let me know. But if you guys want a separate review of the components of this setup, let me know. Comment down below, and I'll give you guys the components list. But yeah, 4080 Super, 14700K, 4080 Super combo, killer combo right there. So, and it's all black too, except the lights. I don't like that. I can turn it off. But anyways, yeah, here's the B-roll. And if you guys have any comments, questions, comment down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. B-roll, here you go.